Out at the Goldstone ground and a familiar old face back in the Seagulls lineup, as our commentator Brian Moore now explains.
Steve Foster with a familiar headband. 35 tomorrow is in a way the living symbol of how Brighton can take on the best and frighten them. He's the sole survivor here tonight of when the two sides faced each other in the 1983 FA Cup final, where Manchester United were taken to a replay at Wembley before they won 4-0. Well, Foster is at the centre of the Brighton defence again. Experienced support around him, coming from Gary Chivers at right back. He returns after missing last weekend through injury. And in midfield, Dean Wilkins. But they've had to shuffle an attack where Steve Cotterill and Paul Molden, both on loan, are out because their clubs don't want them cup-tied. Andy Kennedy, signed from Watford this week, makes his first appearance, and Matthew Edwards is alongside him. The Manchester United manager, Alec Ferguson, has rested Ryan Giggs. Danny Wallace takes his place down the left flank. But Andrei Kanchelskis continues down the right. Neil Webb comes into the midfield, and Lee Martin takes over at left back. And in goal, Gary Walsh replaces Peter Schmeichel, who is away on World Cup duty with Denmark. Referee tonight, Ian Hemley from Amt Hill in Bedfordshire. So Brighton get us away in their blue and white striped shirts and shorts, attacking the goal to our left. High towards Kennedy. A little touch there and a good little touch there, finding John Crumpling with it. Here's Clive Walker, bags of experience in his football career, and a shot easily gathered there by Gary Walsh. Brighton with just one defeat in 10 games this season. But one thing is certain, their manager Barry Lloyd will have told them to play a patient game, not seeking glory too early on, because the game can be snatched away from you if they are incautious. Here's Wallace on the far touchline, across towards Kanchelskis, knocked in again by him, headed away there by Brighton and acrobatically hooked away there by McCarthy, but it's an infringement inside the box, giving Brighton the free kick, to be taken by Mark Feeney. There's Dean Wilkins. Again towards Kennedy. Header by Chivers. Done again by the number 7 Crumplin. Kennedy. Codner. Hit with a lot of strength there and required an excellent save from Gary Walsh. My goodness, Codner hit that well with a lot of ferocity from all of 25 yards, sweetly with the left foot. And Walsh was really at full length. Owen with the clearance. Foster having quite a battle there with Hughes, and Hughes alleged to have used an elbow there on the Brighton defender. Foster saying that he was really looking forward to the tussle with Hughes. Not well on the far side there. Bruce with the header away. Wilkins trying to keep it going, and the whistle had gone before Edwards made his shot. And Matthew Edwards used to be a trainee at Tottenham. Ince. Webb. Alistair. Steve Bruce. Ince. Now by Wilkins. There's Ian Chapman. Good left foot on him. Plays it nicely now for Edwards. Kennedy is waiting in the middle, but Alistair got ahead to that one. Walker. Ooh, slight mistake there by Bruce. Edwards trying to get the shot in, but Bruce had covered it quickly. Back to Walker. Wilkins for Walker. Could be problems here. The ball is floated in, but not quite accurately enough. And nonetheless, a bright start by a Brighton side in no way overawed by the opposition so far. Webb. Bruce. Kennedy battling for it, so was Ince, but it's Matthew Edwards who comes away with it, finds Clive Walker with it now for Brighton. Cross coming in there, Pallister stretching to get that one, Codner trying to return it, but Lee Martin knocking it up to Danny Wallace. Oh, a nice little turn there by Wallace, completely fooled Codner. With McClare away on the left and Hughes waiting in the middle, and Kanchelski's coming up fast. And a goal kick to Brighton. Well, there were other options open to Brian McClare there. So a free kick to Manchester United. Steve Bruce, who would have played here a few times in his Gillingham days. I imagine for quite a few of the Manchester United sides, this might well be the first time they've come to the Goldstone ground here on the south coast in Brighton. Well, in Hove, actually. Owen. Kanchelskis. Webb. Out by Foster. Kanchelskis. Webb to Irwin. Time for him to measure up the cross. Hughes trying to get in there. Hughes still trying to get in there. Good work by Beanie. A great chance, though, for Manchester United. Cannot off Beanie's legs when it looked a surefire certainty that Hughes would do better than that. And it'll be a throw to Brighton. Irwin's cross, look at the room and the time that he had. And once Foster had missed the challenge there, Hughes, you would have thought, was a certainty, but Beanie did well to smother it. Bruce, good positive header. Wallace chasing. Chivers holding him up. But here's Webb now for Manchester United. Almost got it through to McClare. Ince finding Kanchelskis. Trying to probe away now down this right-hand side of the field. It's with Ince to Kanchelskis again. Webb on the volley. Charged down by Wilkins. And Crumplin taking it up now for Brighton. But the pass easily cut out by Martin. Webb again. Hughes. Clare, the back heel. Oh, and it went off the post. Well, so very close for Danny Wallace and for Manchester United. But all they get out of it in the end is a corner. Good surging run by Neil Webb. The little ball played inside. It just flicks now for Danny Wallace. And then ricocheted off the defender. Good jump that time by Kennedy. And a good challenge by Codner against Webb. Kennedy playing it in. Oh! And Edwards wasn't far from getting the vital touch just on the edge of that 6-yard area. A lovely snap move there by Brighton. From the moment Codner won that in midfield and Kennedy took it up and played it in, there were real possibilities. Edwards. And a corner now for Brighton. Well, they've weathered a gathering storm as United came for them. They've broken out well here. Now what can they do with this? Foster's up on the edge of the box. Kennedy might also be a target. Walker turning it in. And in fact, if anything, knocked off the line there by Dennis Irwin. And United in all sorts of trouble there. It was a very long corner, hit very deep indeed. And there's Walker. United get it away. Here's Wallace. Walker. Again towards Kennedy. Getting quite a good understanding, Kennedy, and young Matthew Edwards. Edwards this time sweeping it on the far side to Crumplin, who's got Chivers outside him and plenty of blue and white shirts up. Oh, and Wilkins was in there. He made a terrific run for that. But sadly for Brighton, just couldn't find the header on target at the end. Otherwise, that was definitely a 1-0 situation. But an excellent Brighton move. What a good move it was, with Chivers playing a full part there, and the number 4, Dean Wilkins, making his run there, but just couldn't keep it down. Webb knocking it in. Wilkins trying to get it away. Ince with a shot. Must have deflected off one of the Brighton defenders. I don't think Beanie got a hand to it, but Ince has got a corner for Manchester United. Just came off Foster's boot. And Irwin will take the corner. Alistair at the near post this time. And again, a good firm header gets it away. Irwin. Kanchelskis. In again for Pallister. Shot on the ball. Thanks very much, says Wilkins. Just slides it gently forward for Matthew Edwards. Oh, delicate little chip there, but it just went out of play. Throw to United. Ince. Scything through the defence there, but it's a throw for United. Webb. Kanchelskis. Causing problems now, Kanchelskis. Inch trying to half volley it in. Irwin with the outside of the boot, flicking a lovely ball out there for Danny Wallace. Wallace on the turn! A fabulous goal by Danny Wallace. And Manchester United get a 1-0 lead. A goal of the highest quality there for United. The ball flicks wide to the left. Wallace turning inside Crumplin and letting fly beyond the outstretched arms of Beanie. And it's Brighton 0, Manchester United 1. Terrific shot, full of power and precision, and too good for Beanie, and 1-0. Crumplin. Edwards. And now Ian Chapman. Wilkins. To Edwards. That time it's a foul by Gary Pallister and a free kick to Brighton. As we come to the last 2 minutes of the first half, can Brighton rescue something here? Walker and Chapman between them over this free kick. Steve Foster's come up from the back, will certainly need to be watched. Kennedy looks useful in the air as well. Play towards Walsh, in fact, who's lost it. And it's across the face of the goal, and in fact it clipped off a defender. No, he's given the goal kick. It was McCarthy's shot that finally skewed just wide. After United were in a lot of trouble here when Walsh couldn't hold that one. The defender putting it wide of the goal. Paul McCarthy. Chipped in there towards Kennedy, but Pallister winning it well in the air for Manchester United, which is the last bit of action of an entertaining first half, where Brighton began so well, where Walsh needed to make an excellent save from Codner in the opening minutes, and then the number 11, Danny Wallace, after 37, scored an excellent goal that gives Manchester United this half-time lead. Brighton 0, Manchester United 1. Throw to Manchester United, who leave early on Sunday morning for the second leg of their UEFA Cup tie against Moscow Torpedo. That imminent confrontation may well have been the reason that Ryan Giggs was left out of the side. Alec Ferguson nursing him very cleverly through his first few years as a league footballer. Good challenge there by Foster. Here's Robert Codner, and there are plenty of blues up. Still with Codner, he tried the shot, the flag was up on the far side, didn't quite get the purchase on it that he wanted in any case. The referee waves play on. But certainly there was menace there as far as Manchester United were concerned. Brighton with 4 men up. Here's Lee Martin, trying to get Wallace away down his left flank. Foster policing him on this side. Clare's in there too. Nodded away. Ince with the strike. Goal kick. Good, well-balanced cup tie continues then. Thought for a moment ago that Brighton looked as though they might be on the glory trail, and then Ince had that shot just a moment later. Still 1-0 to Manchester United. There's the cross, and the clearance only going as far as Paul Ince. And a goal kick. Crumplin. Wilkins has the ball taken off him by McClare, who, whatever the game, will give 100% all the time, works so hard. And there's a bad ball by Ince to Walker. Hit well, but straight at Gary Walsh. Well, just as I was saying that Brighton appear to have given it their best shot, suddenly a mistake by United gave Brighton a half chance there. Walker hitting it with a good deal of venom, but straight at Gary Walsh. Hughes chasing this one. McCarthy doing well, supported by Foster. And eventually Foster does get it away. Ince. Kanchelskis offside. Walsh could take no chances. Chivers. Wallace springing quickly onto the scene there. McClare alongside him. Hughes as well. Here's McClare. Hit straight at the keeper though. And Beanie did well there. Webb, the little chip. Oh, a wonderful piece of goalkeeping by Beanie. And great thinking by Webb as well. Oh, 2 fine saves, different in every way by Beanie. First holding McClare at bay, and what thinking it was by Webb, and what a lovely piece of goalkeeping too by Mark Beanie. But a corner at the end of it all now being taken for Manchester United. Deep, high one again there towards Gary Pallister, but a foul on Foster as they went for that. Well, that was terrific action. And it's Wallace coming through, plays the ball, and it's a good ball he plays for McClare there, and that cannons off Beanie's legs. But it was the other one as well, which we'll see maybe in a moment. That terrific chip there by Webb, and a superb piece of goalkeeping by Beanie. Picked on there by Kennedy. Kanchelskis. Hughes. Picking up Webb in turn, sweeping the ball here for Wallace. Keeps it in play. Curls it in again towards Mark Hughes. Good defending again. And Foster, and then it was nearly messed up by fellow defenders. A foul that time on Edwards by Pallister. Trumping with the free kick. Taken too quickly, didn't give anybody a chance to get into a sensible position, and Ince. Now Martin for Manchester United. Gary Pallister. Nearly 20 minutes of the second half gone, just over 25 remaining. Bruce. Foster. Towards Kennedy. That's a good control there by Kennedy, and the ball played in nicely for Edwards. There haven't been many much better skills than that tonight. And here's Kennedy again. Webb diving in to get it away. McClare, Wallace. Cannoned off in. And Wilkins with a shot, long range, and again straight at the perfectly placed Gary Walsh from Dean Wilkins. Throw to Brighton. Didn't go over. Martin was trying to shepherd it behind Webb. Where's he going? Oh, dangerous game for Webb. Kennedy! Super save by Walsh. What a mistake by Webb. The United defenders rounding on him. There was a touch of panic there. He knew he couldn't, or it was dangerous to pass it back to Walsh, and it very nearly let Kennedy in, and Kennedy hit it with some power. Straight across there. What a daft ball to play. Kennedy hits this well, and what a super save by Gary Walsh. Webb playing it in. Kanchelskis might get there first. No, Beanie did. Offside flag. Webb. Beanie gets there first. He's done well tonight, Beanie. Actually, Manchester United are going to make a substitute. They're going to take Andrei Kanchelskis off. And young David Beckham coming on. Young midfield player as Kanchelskis goes off. Codner. Lovely ball played there for Chapman. And a good cross by him. And it's in there by Edwards. A great reply by Brighton. And a beautifully worked goal and a fine header at the end of it. 1-1. Chivers playing the ball across here, and Codner played his part as well, and then a lovely cross in from Ian Chapman, met by the head of Edwards. 73 minutes gone, and the score is 1-1. What a great cross this was from the fullback, and Edwards had eluded his marker and tucked it neatly beyond Gary Walsh to the back of the net. And Brighton get that away. It was McCarthy with a good header, finding Edwards with it, and here comes Brighton again. Kennedy trying to get up there. Crumpin also there, number 7. My goodness, he's got through some work tonight as well. There's a good cross coming in towards Kennedy. Couldn't quite get on the end of that one. Codner again playing it in. But from both flanks tonight, Brighton have played in some real quality balls. The best of the lot, of course, was Ian Chapman's in for the headed goal that produced the equaliser, but there have been others as well. That was a super ball in from Crumpin. Pallister versus Edwards. Finds Martin. And now McClare. A little bit withdrawn at the moment. Foster will get there before Hughes. Not only that, very skillfully finds Gary Chivers. Walker's made a break down to the right-hand side. A great break by Walker. The flag has stayed down. A chance here for Brighton. Though in the end, Irwin turns and hacks it away, showing great nerve under a lot of pressure, but a great run by Walker. Walker made such a diagonal run, and he was picked up so well there by Chivers, I think it was. Kennedy was waiting for him in the middle, and Walker couldn't quite find him, and Irwin, turning, eventually hooks it away. Pallister. Chivers. In for Edwards, trying to turn away, a little drag back there, but it didn't fool Ince. And United bring it away again with McClare. Finds Hughes. Stopped by Wilkins. Kept in play nicely there by Crumplin. Down the line beautifully for Chivers. Kennedy is waiting in the middle. And so too was Pallister. And Martin played a dangerous game, and it's not over yet. What a good ball there played by Crumplin. Chivers getting it into the middle. Walker. Codner. Played some excellent football tonight, Brighton. Crumplin. Another good cross coming in. And tipped over by Walsh from Edwards. They've shown much more than just spirit tonight, Brighton. They've shown some real quality in their play as well. Their passing, and as I've said before tonight, also their crossing. And Edwards getting on the end of that one, and it needed a good tip over from Walsh. Beckham's made a good little break there, very intelligently across the face of the goal there, but Brighton were equal to it. And then Chivers got caught by Beckham. Webb to Mark Hughes. Foster getting his challenge in, but not very convincingly. Webb again, floating it towards McClare. And Hughes! A whisker away from a winner right at the end there for Mark Hughes and Manchester United. And just lifted there by Webb. Hughes turning. McCarthy trying to get in. And Hughes eventually putting it wide. Webb playing another one in. Again, Foster's equal to it. Martin. Brighton just a few seconds away from a very honourable draw against Manchester United. Challenge there by Wilkins. A throw to Brighton and Hove Albion. Chapman will take it. A nice blend of youth and experience in the Brighton side, and also a nice blend of skill and effort and teamwork, and it's got them a well-deserved draw here against Manchester United in this Coca-Cola Cup tonight, thanks to the 73rd minute goal by Matthew Edwards. A fine darting header after a great cross from the left by the fullback Chapman, after Danny Wallace, the number 11 for Manchester United, have put United ahead after 37 minutes of the first half. An absorbing cup tie, which finishes 1-1 here at the Goldstone ground. The second leg is at Old Trafford, of course.